Hi, something a bit different today. It's Saturday. I don't usually go fishing at weekends. I leave the weekends free for people who can't get out in the week. But I decided to come out today and just have a walk along the trout stream, somewhere I fish occasionally. Now, I fished it about this time last year and it was massively overgrown, and I managed to get one chub out, but that was a bit of a miracle. So I wasn't planning to fish today, but I then decided, well, why not take my fly rod with me? Because I did notice last year there were some fish rising when I was sort of trying to catch some chub. Well, they weren't chub, but they were small fish, but there were fish rising. So I thought, okay, let's bring the fly rod and see how we get on. Now, it's more overgrown this year than it was last year. I'm not sure there's many places I'll be able to fish, certainly with a fly rod, to get a back cast. So the other problem is that I'm not really a fly fisherman. I've fished a few still waters in the past using this fly rod, but I've never fished a river with it, so it'll be very interesting. So as I say, it's something a bit different. I doubt I'm going to catch anything, but it's just, I thought if I'm walking along the stream, a fly rod's very easy to carry. I don't need any tackle really, just a bag with a few little bits and pieces in. So I thought, well, having a walk, let's see if we can entice something up to the top. So we'll see what happens. But as I say, don't expect a lot. Okay. Well, I'm starting off on what must be the most open part of the stream. Well, I've got a bit of a back cast. Oops, something kind of took it in. I forgot to bring the muslin to keep my line floating, which is a bit of a mistake. So I'm just watching the fly line, the heavy line, to see if it pulls. No. You can see my technique is not brilliant, but we're getting out there. I can see some fish rising right over the back there. Nah, didn't lay it out properly. This is what happens with a fly rod if you haven't got a back cast. Never mind. Ah, that was right where I want to be. But nothing's taking it. Of course, there's also the issue of the choice of fly, which I'm not an expert on either. I'm getting it right where I want to be, but nothing's obliging. Right in that stream out there. Yeah, it was a bit of a mistake leaving my dressing behind for the fly and the line. I can see fish rising right over on that far side. Hello, wolf dog. This is the best spot to fish with a fly. Everything else is going to be more difficult than this. So, I've changed to a more visible fly, but I've moved to a less easy spot. And I don't know if I can keep the rod and the line high enough to keep out the nettles. Ah, something went for it. That was a nice cast, right upstream. Oops, snap me fly off if I'm not careful. Well, this spot looks almost fishable in a conventional way, which can't be said for most of the places. This is really challenging with all the undergrowth. Oh, I took my eye off it then and something took it. Yeah, I shouldn't have missed that first rise. I just looked down at the reel, I looked back up and there was a big splodge around the fly. The most I'm going to get today is a small dace, I think, if that. But it's good fun. Something different. Yeah. The trouble is the water's running a lot faster over there than it is on the inside, so the line is bowing up. No doubt the expert fly fishers can tell me what I'm doing wrong. If they're dace, I wouldn't have thought they would be that shy. They're usually quite voracious dace when they're sort of feeding. Yeah, I'm going to regret not bringing the fly dressing. Let's dry it out a bit out in the air, shall we? No, it doesn't seem to work over there. Let's get a bit shorter. Oh, it's interesting. You get one rise and then they sort of spooked. I wouldn't expect that from small fish. Unless they're small chub, of course, that do tend to have a bit of a tendency to be spooked. That's not good on the those bulrushes. Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, it's a nuisance. The water this side it's like a big eddy. It's going backwards, so it's pulling the line, the fly line backwards, and making it very difficult to control the fly. Oh well, we'll perhaps walk on and see if we can find somewhere else that's a bit easier. I don't think anything's going to be easy today. See, there was a rise there in the middle. Why am I not taking my fly? Well, someone's fished here. I'm not sure it's fly fishable though. The trouble is the line's fallen back through the eyes. Oh, my luck, I just caught a lily pad. Ah, I don't believe it. We have caught a fish. Or have we caught a fish? Or was it snagged us? You can see I'm no good at this. There we go. It's a diddy chub. Ah, well this is a... Well, what a mess I made of that, but there we go. We caught a fish, one small chubby. I knew chub would take it well. The trouble is these flies have got barbed hooks on. Alright, let's put you back. Wow, thank you little chub, you've made my day. Well, I think I did just about everything wrong there. I had too much loose line out. So I've just I've shortened the amount of line I've got out. The line keeps catching around the top of the rod. We'll have another go. Trouble is I've got quite a long leader on and it keeps catching on the ground. Dry that fly off. It's wet. Oh, something took it. I missed it. I couldn't really see the fly. I think there's a lot of little chublets down here. Very, very difficult fishing. think I got a snag. That's not good news. Right, we're on this back stream now. There are a lot of nettles around. Very, very difficult. I've got to keep the rod up, because otherwise everything gets caught in the nettles. That's where I wanted to be, over there. That's it. Trouble is, this the flow and the wind are not helping me. Oh, that was a good cast. Right under the tree. Now the wind's back again. Right by the lily pads, but it's dragging. Nah, the wind's just taking my line down to find somewhere a little bit less hostile. The wind was making it impossible on that sort of back stream of the main river, so I'm back on the small stream, and I'm just going to dip in a couple of places I tried on the way up, just to see if we have a bit of luck, and then that's about it really. But still, it's been a good experiment and gone a bit better than I expected. It's a rise in the middle there, just then. Not to my fly, unfortunately. Right, we'll walk back down, try the other couple of spots, and then that's it. Well, this wind's getting up, so it's making a tricky job more difficult. Anyway, only a couple of spots to try, and then we call it a day, I think. Oh, let go of the line, which wasn't very good. Oh, something rose right. I think they're diddlies. Oh, something rose for you then. I think they're small fish. Not the greedy chub. Nope. Can't tempt anything. Right, we'll go back to the first spot I tried. Hope the dogs have all gone now. And see what we can get there. I've got a better fly on this time. The one I had on before I couldn't really see. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get my last spot. There's a couple just gone in there with a little kiddie, and there's a seat there. They're no doubt going to sit there, so I'll see if I can find one more spot at the further up the stream, but if not, that'll be it for today. It's a lot busier. Well, busy, that's a relative term. You don't get a lot of people here, but it's certainly busier on a Saturday than I normally experience during the week. But there we go. It was a sort of last minute bright idea of mine. So, yeah. So that's that spot gone. Oh well. I didn't fish this spot on the way down because I wanted to start off somewhere a bit easier, and I'm not sure I can fish it now, but I'll just give it a couple of casts. There's a lot of weed, as you can see, but the fly is probably the only way to fish it anyway, at the risk of losing everything, as they say. Get a bit of line out. There's not enough line weight at the moment to cast. Too hazardous, this, really. Now I'm going to give it, call it a day. Having said I'd call it a day, one more little spot. Again, quite tricky. As I say, the trouble is you have to keep so much line out with the fly rod that it catches on everything. Yeah, I saw a little dace take that. That's what those little rises were, dace, I think. Yeah, I can see that fish, but they're not taking it down. They're too small, I think. seem to get wary after you have a couple of attempts to hook them. Considering they're only small fish, they're quite wary. Nah, after a couple of fish looking at it, they don't want to know now. It's quite amazing, really. They're only small fish. There've been maggots that would just go after it time after time, but not the fly. Nope, I don't think I'm going to get anything, so I may call it a day, definitely, at this time. Well, that's it. Probably not much more than a couple of hours trying a few spots, and I was quite pleased really with the way it went, considering the conditions were quite tricky for fly fishing and considering my ability is pretty limited. Yeah, and we managed to get a chub out, which really surprised me. Made a bit of a mess getting it in with the line everywhere, and shows my inexperience, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure I'd actually make a video today because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, but I think I will. Well, you would have seen it, so you know I did. Anyway, oh yeah, and I just mentioned I met another angler coming away from the stream on the way down here who recognised me. It's happening a few times these days, so obviously people watching my videos, which is great. And in that respect, thank you for those who give me likes as always, and those who have subscribed. I've had quite a few extra subscribers in the past few weeks, so thank you for those people, and thank you for the people who already subscribed for staying with me. So that's it. Back home now, and thoroughly enjoyed that. It was great really, and as usual, it's bye for now and cheers.